Hey guys, it is Tuesday evening and I just did an outfit change for little Miss Abigail, so I wanted to share her with all of her aunties who love to see her cuteness. I put this really cute Gap footed sleeper on her because we're in the negatives again. We'll get down to a negative 20 to 30 tonight. So excited about it. So I took her out of her really pretty dress and put her on some really cute footed sleeper. So that way she's warm. I have not changed Madeline yet. I'm not sure if I will tonight or not, but I at least wanted to get Abigail done. She's zonked out. She must have had a very tiring day today. But I also wanted to share, there was a request by one of my friends that wants to see, who would like to see Abby's hair. Because I showed Madeline's hair close up. So her hair's a little messy. I haven't really combed it or done anything with it because it kind of just does its own thing, and it's, you know, it's nice straight hair. So whatever I have chosen to do with it, it just kind of stays put. But so basically, it's in the style in which Romie actually had it on her in her pictures. So if I actually, I'm trying to see if you can see, it's beautifully rooted. So that just kind of naturally lays like it is right now. And it's not super short, but it's not super long either. It lays nicely against her head. And she's, of course, got the rooting that's close, you know, I don't know, in the temples of her head. That's what younger babies usually have, more hair towards on their temples, and then it falls out, which is why, being a slightly older baby, you see she looks like she has a receding hairline a little bit. But she has a bit of a swirl right here. Hard to tell. She's got a little bit of bedhead going on because I haven't combed it, so you can see it needs to be brushed on the back. But ultimately, I love how Romie rooted her. You know, it's a little different from how she's rooted some of her other babies, and I really like how she did this baby. I'm really a fan of everything she did for this particular baby, which is why I love her. It's why I wanted her. I think that when you find a baby that has the perfect rooting, the perfect little face, the body style that you really enjoy, I think all of those pieces of the puzzle are what really makes you fall in love with a baby. And I know Serenity has talked about this as, you know, the one. We always talk about our dream babies and, you know, the forever babies and things like that. And I thought it was a really interesting topic and viewpoint. And I was, you know, commenting on hers that it's one of those things that's really hard to describe. You either know it immediately when you receive a doll or you don't. And you might really like the doll and you might be really excited. You know, every doll that I've received, I've really liked. It was just whether or not I liked the doll enough to want to keep them for an extended period of time. Some dolls last literally only days in my nursery, and then others last several months or a few years. And part of that for me is that I don't have the money to keep buying without parting with one in my nursery, so I generally have to give up one or more of my dolls to invest in, you know, a new one. And especially when I decided to adopt this sweetheart, I had to part with some of my other dolls, which I was fine with because I wasn't in love with them. So when I received Abigail, I fell in love. The minute I opened up the box and saw her and unwrapped her, it was really hard to describe other than just looking at her body, her amazing silicone, her beautiful face, her hair. All of it came together for me. So I really adore her. I think that there are a lot of really great babies that have crossed my path, and I've either loved them or I've liked them. I've not ever disliked any doll that I've had, I don't think. Unless it was something that was like an issue with it, and then it had nothing to do with liking the doll. It's just the fact that the doll had some issues, and I would send them back. But for the most part, though, I mean, I've been really lucky. I've, you know, for the majority of my silicone doll collecting especially, I've bought from mainly Claire, because she was, I found her and discovered her through one of my doll fan friends, Suzanne, who introduced me to Claire's babies, and literally from the first one I saw, I was hooked, and her techniques got better and better, her dolls got better and better, and so majority of the time I was buying a lot of Claire Taylor babies very early on, when not many people were still collecting silicones and it wasn't the craze that it is now. And so I got very much spoiled. So it was very hard to get other dolls that were subpar standard compared to hers, because I was so used to the perfection of what I think Claire Taylor's silicone and painting and all of that are. And then we have Romie that, has come along right along with Claire, who I think has really just mastered what she does, and is one of the best baby face sculptors. And her bodies, I mean, they're just really wonderful. So I've been very, very spoiled, and I know that it's not about the dollar amount that you spend on a doll. Believe me, I know, because some of my most favorite dolls were not the most expensive dolls. And, so it's really all about what speaks to you, what your heart falls in love with. And sometimes it takes a really long time for collectors to figure that out, which is one of the reasons why going to this doll show in the summer is really, really exciting to me, because I've never gotten to be around so many artists' work all in one place. So that way I'll be able to see, some of the artists I've never bought from just because I didn't care for the sculpts or the way things, like the type of silicone or the coloring or the painting, whatever the reason was, I didn't care for the dolls or want to buy them or invest a lot of money in them. But I would still love to see their work close up, because I think that a lot of us, pictures, we say this all the time, but pictures and video don't always do a doll justice, depending on what lighting you're in. Abigail tends to look very flushed in a lot of, in a lot of my videos, just because of the lighting. But take her out into daylight, she's actually more on the pale side, go figure. And she's definitely a very light-skinned baby. So it's interesting, I guess, to me. I just want to see, I'd love to see them all. Not that I want to buy them all, I just love seeing them all because I can appreciate the art. But I have been very lucky. So I feel very fortunate to have the dolls that I have had and currently have in my collection. And, I'm very excited about getting Sandy Faber's new baby. You heard me talk about that in my last video. And I've had Sandy Faber, her Oaks, one-of-a-kind clay sculptures. I used to collect several of those. I've had probably, I want to say 5 or 6 or more over the years. And now that she's moved into, the only reason why I stopped collecting them is because I wasn't as big a fan as I was of clay as I am now of silicone. That's mainly what I focus on. I don't even have reborns much in my collection anymore. Just because I like the cuddle factor. I like the medium. I like the feel of it. Not everybody likes silicone, so it's interesting to what people like. But for me, I love the realism and the feel. Even though I don't have to hold them, I know they're soft all the time. But, I'm really excited because now she's moved into the silicone medium, and Claire Taylor is pouring the silicone, so I'm very excited to be getting that baby, and I'm sure she'll continue, because now everybody wants one of her babies now that they've seen the prototype come out, because Roxy is adorable. Cute little smiler. I have a thing for smilers, because I loved Romie's Smiler Lennox, so I'm glad that I'll have another smiler in my collection. But anyways, now I'm rambling. So anyways, Miss Abigail, she's getting herself all settled in. I'll put her in her crib, and then she will be down for the count for the night. And then, like I said, it's super, super cold here. I may get to doing an change for, not Abigail, see? I'm getting confused. For Madeline at some point, either, if it's not tonight, probably tomorrow, when I have time. Something, I'll work it out, so then I will share that with you. I'll probably put her back in pajamas just because it's so darn cold here. Waiting for it to warm up, of course. But anyways, I will stop rambling, and I hope everybody is having a really wonderful week, and I will see you all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.